7:17. So I'm an investigator now. Yay! Investigator Walker. Breeze, motherfucker.
Welcome back to Shields of Shame. Thank you for your valued support. In this video, we delve deeper into the scandalous saga of Allison Walker and Brandon Beckman. Brandon, a former captain from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office in Augusta, Georgia, finds himself embroiled in controversy after an illicit affair with street cop Allison comes to light. Brandon's predilection for young female officers becomes apparent as we uncover shocking details of his manipulative behavior, using his position to advance their careers while seeking personal gratification outside of work. With a career spanning over 2 decades in law enforcement, questions arise about the extent of his exploitation of vulnerable colleagues. But fate takes an unexpected turn when Allison finds herself temporarily assigned to a patrol car equipped with a fully operational dash cam. Unbeknownst to her, her clandestine rendezvous with Captain Brandon Beckman behind the deserted walls of the abandoned mall in Augusta is captured on the dash cam. From casual chats to discussing professional matters, the interviews don't miss a beat, revealing secrets that were meant to stay hidden. Don't miss out on the next chapter. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. And for those who want to support more exclusive content like this, consider becoming a member. Remember, it's crucial to document your interactions with all public servants, not just police. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and join us on this electrifying journey into the heart of law enforcement intrigue. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share.
Good morning, my name is Allison Walker. We are here today because of my actions where I compromised my integrity by not being forthcoming. After taking the investigator test 3 times and having 2 interviews, I was finally promoted to CID, and Captain Beckman was my supervisor.
I went out and talked with supervisors on how her performance is and what the deal is, and they all say that she doesn't seem to be doing okay.
All right, it's September 15th, 2023 at 9:44 a.m. I'm John Perry. I got investigator Walter McNeil and Captain Brandon Beckman, and we're internal affairs. Obviously, Johnny told you the outcome of the polygraph test, and he told us the outcome. So now it's time to just lay it out. What's going on?
Nothing. Literally, I was thinking the whole time of that kiss, because he mentioned that before, and I guess I was still thinking about that. And I was like, could it have been within 6 months? But it wasn't. It was last year. So, I don't know. I have no idea.
Because I know the 2 questions, I took a picture of them, that he came up with.
Something in the last 6 months.
First one was, in the last 6 months, have you engaged in any sexual acts with Allison Walker? And the answer was no, and it showed deception. The other question was, other than a hug in the last 6 months, have you engaged in any physical romantic contact with Allison Walker? And the answer was no, and that showed deception as well.
We have not done anything. Definitely in 6 months.
Then what do you think is going on with the polygraph?
I mean, I don't know if anything's going on with the polygraph. I don't know if it's me overthinking like I always do. I don't know. No clue. I mean, I'm pretty sure polygraphs are usually on point.
They are.
You said definitely not in the last 6 months. What about before 6 months?
We shared a kiss. But I mean, that's literally, he talked about that before.
Right.
And so I don't know if it was just in my head. I don't know.
Yeah, because I had to
I overthink all the time.
Yeah, I had to tell him a little bit about so he could formulate his question worded in the right way. And he asked me if 6 months, which would take us back to, I don't know, maybe March.
About April. Yeah,
March or April. And I said, yeah, 6 months is a good time frame because you had told me that the kiss y'all shared was last year,
Last
which
year.
is well over 6 months away.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was just in my head, but because I mean that's what he talked about beforehand, and so I don't know if that just got in my head.
So you know how this is going to work. The sheriff and the chief and them, they've already been briefed and shown everything previous I've done, previous to today. So I'm going to have to go back, and because they know you're taking a polygraph, I'm going to have to go back and tell them the 2 questions that were asked, and they both showed deception, and they're going to ask me what you had to say about it. And I know you already know, I have no vested interest,
I know you don't. I
and
know that.
and it's absolutely nothing personal. I was assigned a case, absolutely not a case I would have chosen to work. But I didn't know either way, but I mean, the polygraph is usually highly accurate. So I guess without beating around the bush too much, this is your opportunity to lay it all out.
We haven't done anything in the last 6 months for sure, no doubt. No doubt in my mind.
And when you say other than a hug, the only thing y'all have ever done is the kiss you talked about before.
Yes.
Never actually had sex.
No.
No oral sex.
No.
None of that.
No. I'm not even a fan of oral sex, so.
I mean, everybody has their own likes and dislikes.
No rubbing, dry humping,
No.
hug, grab, reach around, grab her butt, nothing, fondling.
No. No, 'cause I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not going to do anything to try to offend anybody.
And you're saying the reason why you believe it came back deceptive because you're still in your mind over analyzing it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was because I overanalyze everything.
Nothing else small and minute that you think that might be misconstrued, and that's what you were thinking during that question.
Not that I can think of. That was literally the only thing that I thought about. That's it. Like I was thinking back, and the only thing I thought about was the kiss from last year. That was from last year.
That's well over 6 months.
It's over 6 months, but I don't know if it was in my head. I really don't know.
I mean, not even really close to 6 months. Because if it was last year, it's at least 9 months.
9 months.
I mean, I don't know. All I can do is I'm going to have to brief them on what's going on. Then after that, I don't know.
Nothing else you can think of. Like I said, I'm in the same boat with Trey. Like I said, I came to CID. You helped train me with homicide and other things. So, it's not personal to me either. But it's just, we're just trying to make sure that the truth is coming out. Because it's saying you're telling us one thing, and a highly accurate machine is telling us that you're not being 100% honest.
Yeah, and
So that's why we're trying to figure out what you're holding back.
I literally don't feel like that. I have no clue.
I know with these questions, it can always be one thing and not of like, for instance, have you ever paid, your sex, have sex for your wife? And you're like, no. Well, you did get into an argument, y'all had sex, and then she asked you for money for groceries and you gave it to her. Technically, some people look at that as you paid for sex.
Right.
So it's one of those things where you're kind of rewording the question and looking at it from a different angles, or anything you could think of from a different angle at somebody else. When I say, well, I didn't think it was sexual in nature. I didn't think it was anything wrong, but I can see from somebody else's perspective where, well, I can see why they might think that based on this, or this.
Right.
And
Do you define a kiss? Because how it was described was, it was just like a quick peck on the lips, right?
Yeah.
Do you describe that as sexual contact in your
Yes.
mind? You would think? See, I wouldn't.
I would.
and that's where we're trying
And
to.
that's where I think that is, to me.
I mean,
Because it's personal.
it's subjective.
Right.
And so to me it is. And I don't know if that got in my head, but I mean, that's me.
But
I think a kiss is sexual in nature.
But you're adamant that's well over 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's over 6 months ago. Yes, definitely. But yes, I mean, I've always thought that a kiss was sexual in nature. It'd be different if you're just kissing somebody on the cheek. Lip to lip to me is more sexual than
Forehead kiss, cheek kiss.
any
Yeah.
like
That's what I'm saying. Anything like that happen?
no,
Only okay. So there's that one time that was it.
just the kiss on the lips. Those lips to lips. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, to me that is, but it's subjective, I guess you could say. But
Right.
to me it is.
And that's what we're trying to come across is you're saying one thing, but we're getting something different, and that's the biggest thing we're trying to close that gap on
Right.
because they're gonna want an answer.
Yeah.
And that's what and we're trying to.
I'll tell anybody that.
Okay.
I mean, I have nothing to hide. Because to me, like, if you're talking to someone and you have a kiss, that literally, I mean, like, you're attracted to them, I guess you would say.
Right. There's some type of
And
attraction,
it's some type of attraction. To
whether
me,
it's lustful, whether it's one a relationship, whether
Right.
whatever, it's some type of attraction. Yeah.
attraction. So I've always thought that was romantic of some sort.
Right.
Now I've always been brought up like that too.
Anything else you were thinking about during that time of thinking being deceptive or anything? Like, well, maybe I should have said this and I didn't. Anything else?
No.
'Cause I know you're saying the kiss was over a year ago, but we're talking about he.
I mean, I don't
Advised
think
you
it was
6 months
I don't
ago.
think it was quite a year ago, but I mean, it was over 6 months ago, definitely.
Right.
And he said within 6 months. But like I said, kiss to me is sexual, but that's just me. A lot of people wouldn't think that. And I definitely never showed any favoritism. Heck, she's been in the FTO program 4 weeks longer than Haskins, and she came up the day after Haskins. I've had nothing to do with her training, nothing to do with anything. I didn't even try not to even go in the FTO thing to even look at anybody's thing. No favoritism, no nothing.
Do you know how she's doing?
Don't know. I
Do you know how she's doing in the FTO program?
Oh, I don't know. As far as I know,
Yeah.
he said that she passed her test.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was told.
Outside the test, the ins and outs, everything you normally do on a day-to-day basis in there. You know how she's doing with that or no?
No idea. I know that she was on sink or swim or something like that for
Right.
a good while. I don't know how long. No clue.
Okay.
I haven't kept up with any of it. I've kept away from it.
I mean, I really don't have anything else.
I don't either, really.
All right. It's 9:56 a.m. We conclude the interview.